Welcome to Odadia Radio, your home for all news updates from the world of Odadia. You're listening to Odadia 247 News. We are streaming from our studio here at the AMC on Presec Legon campus on the Zenu app and the Odadia Radio app. Remember to follow us on all our social media, on Facebook at Odadia Radio and Odadia Ghana, on X and Instagram at Odadia Radio, and share your thoughts via WhatsApp or text on 02000 92925. 02000 My name is Fiona Maulifia. Making our headlines today, the Presec Old Boys Association to hold the second edition of Conversations Under the Baobab Tree on July 30, 2025. PTA of Presec organizes Ghana card registration for students. Form 3 students to begin writing their final mock exams towards WASSCE preparations. Form 1 science students visit the atomic nuclear plants for a practical session. Form 1 students are excited about the first visiting for the semester. More details on these stories coming up shortly. Stay with us. To our top story, the Presec Old Boys Association, or DADIE, will hold the second edition of Conversations Under the Baobab Tree on July 30, 2025 at the EcoBank Head Office Auditorium in Accra. The event will be chaired by Odadie Bernard Avle, a broadcast journalist with Channel 1 TV, and will focus on the theme towards a holistic approach to agriculture in Ghana. The keynote speaker will be Odadie James Boateng, Ghana's national best farmer for 2018. The event's goal is to bring together stakeholders to discuss and brainstorm solutions to urgent concerns in Ghana's agricultural industry. By organizing this event, the Presec Old Boys Association seeks to contribute to the establishment of a more sustainable and productive agricultural sector. Let us take a listen to one of the previous episodes.
What I'm asking is, what kind of gymnastics can we do with our constitution that will solve that kind of problem? Effectively, I'm arguing that no amount of change to our constitution will solve that problem if the people themselves are the problem. And for that matter, maybe the conversation under the baobab tree should be directed towards us, the camera, that we, the people, we should be asking ourselves, what should we do from our value system point of view, from a cultural point of view, whether or not we should not do something to change ourselves before we attack our constitution. Bernard, if you allow me, my name is Percival Oforiampoma.
Okay.
I'm a lawyer and a finance person.
Wonderful.
The second question is, what role are our traditional system or the traditional system going to play in the future of our democracy? Today, you see that the traditional system is beginning to exert itself again. When I was growing up, I didn't see the posters and the billboards of chiefs endorsing things.
That was a snippet of Conversations Under the Baobab Tree you heard. Stay tuned for the second edition. That is all for news from the alumni front. Up next is stories from the Parent Teachers Association of Presec Legon. The Parent Teachers Association of the Presbyterian Boys Secondary School has organized an ECOWAS identity card registration, also known as the Ghana card registration for the students of Presec. This session was to enable students without the Ghana card register for it. That is all for news from the PTA front. You're still listening to the Odadia 247 News on Odadia Radio. Let's go for a short breather. We will be back with more updates.
Hello, cherished listeners. I have good news for you all. If you are looking for the best flame grilled chicken in town, Barcelos Restaurant is here to serve you right with spicy, tasty, healthy flame grilled chicken only at Barcelos. You can locate our outlet at Accra Mall, West Hills Mall, Achimota Retail Center, and opening soon at Atomic Junction Mall. Call for your orders and deliveries on 030 29 72 737.
Welcome back from the breather. Up next is some campus updates with Jennifer Ejewa.
To some campus updates. Form 3 students at the Presbyterian Boys Secondary School are writing their final mock. This examination is to assess their strengths and weaknesses and to prepare them for the upcoming West African Senior High School Certificate Examination. The Form 3 students are preparing eagerly for this exam. Some of them spoke to a member of the media team of Odadia Radio, Oswald Boateng, about their preparations as well as their mock examinations.
So far, I think it's going well. We have not reached the suffering part yet. I mean, we have a week where we have papers back to back to back to back, and I mean, I'm praying. I'm not going to lie. I'm scared, but I'm praying for the best. God will help us so that we get through this thing. And they actually serialized the papers.
So the marks are going very good. We've written only about 2 papers now, social studies and inter-science. They went pretty good. Papers were serialized and everything, but we're all able to do our best and looking forward to the rest of the papers.
For us, so good. This mock has been really interesting. We started 2 days ago. First paper was our inter-science, and we wrote our social studies today. And looking at both papers, they were actually quite good. They weren't really that bad. They weren't really easy, I would say. They're quite challenging. Not anything we couldn't solve, though. But looking forward to the subsequent papers. I hope we could actually work with them. We hope we could learn hard and solve it and help us for our WASSCE.
Those were some Form 3 students you heard. We wish them all the best in their exams. Still on campus update, some Form 1 science students of the Presbyterian Secondary School visited the atomic nuclear plant for a practical session on radioactivity last Friday. They were excited about the involvement of practical sections in their lessons. Some of them spoke to Enam, a member of the media team of Odadia Radio, about what they learned.
They talked about a brief history of the Ghana Atomic Energy Commission and how Kwame Nkrumah wanted to bring nuclear energy to Ghana because he figured that hydro energy wouldn't be able to sustain the country. It was put in Act 204 that the Ghana Atomic Energy Commission should be commissioned. So the different places that we went to, first we went to the Ghana Research Reactor 1 facility and such. The experience was really, it was quite surreal because I didn't know that there were resources and facilities like that in Ghana. So it was a really eye-opening experience for me.
What I personally learned from the experience is that Ghana actually has a lot of resources that it can use in place of the hydroelectrical power. So I learned that they are trying to find a way of using the nuclear energy in place of the hydroelectrical if ever there's a failure with the Akosombo Dam. And they're also trying to test the purification level and the age of water to know if it's okay or suitable for humans to consume. And they're also trying to check the radiation levels in Ghana.
Those were some Form 1 science students you heard. To our last campus update, Presec students are excited about the return of their favorite El Clasico meal. This meal is wache and gari and eggs. According to them, this meal is their favorite aside the other meals that are served during lunchtime. That is all for campus updates with me, Jennifer Ejewa.
This is how we wrap up the Odadia 247 news on Odadia Radio. A recap of our headlines. The Presec Old Boys Association to hold the 2nd edition of Conversations Under the Baobab Tree in July. PTA of Presec organized Ghana card registration for students. Form 3 students have begun writing their final mock towards WASSCE preparations. Form 1 science students visited the atomic nuclear plant for a practical session. Form 1 students of Presec are excited about the first visiting for the semester. Once again, my name is Fiona Maulifia and I did this with
Jennifer Ejewa.
Thanks for tuning in to Odadia 247 News on Odadia Radio. Join us next time for more updates, stories, and vibes from Presec Legon. Do not forget to follow us on our social media on Facebook at Odadia Radio and Odadia Radio Ghana, on X and Instagram at Odadia Radio, and stream us live on the Zenu app and the Odadia Radio app. Stay connected, stay informed, and keep the Odadia light shining.